Pezza, I just want to start this episode with just a bit of a love letter to Test cricket because nothing really happened today, you know? Like, it's just, and I just felt so good. First of all, it being December, it's a warm summer's day in Perth, which has its own mining stuff, Rio Tinto, all that kind of gear, you know? That's part of it. That plays its part. But it's just like, it's just a great sport that is just on in the background of your life, you know? It doesn't need to fuck you in the face with its presence. I don't need a fucking COOING when there's a fucking bowling change. Someone new can just bowl, and that's okay. A ball can be bowled and I can drift off to some existential thoughts in my life, and then another ball can be bowled in between. I don't need fireworks. I don't need R&B. Don't get me wrong. That has a place in my life. It has a place. But I just love walking in and out of rooms. Wait, the story gets better. And the score is broadly the same, except now guys are getting pushed back on the back foot. The ball's going through the chest. I'm seeing our quicks beat the bats on the outside edge. There's a half chance on the inside edge as one hits the thigh pad. And you know what? I get something out of that, just an infinitesimal moment every single time. And then I drift off into the afternoon. All of a sudden, the dappled light just sweeps across the pitch, shadows across the deck. Guys in the outfield drunk all of a sudden. They're wearing weirder and weirder outfits for some reason. I think they've come from work dressed as minions, per se. And I'm just seeing STARC get the wicket that STARC gets. And it's quick and it's fast and the light hits the kookaburra ball in a certain way. And then it crashes into the stumps in a way that I've seen it, I think, about 290 times in his career. And you know what? The entire day, Australia's just winning. You know? Obviously, one of the worst things you can ever say is who's winning. But Australia's just winning. It's all day, they're just winning. And Craig Brathwaite, 64 of 166, a brave innings. So brave. You know, it's a Chanderpaul. That's a name I recognise. That's something for the future as well. You know, Bonner, look, I hope he's okay. But, you know, he's just picked the wrong length there. Guys not knowing what length to duck. And Australia's just winning all day. I don't give a fuck about 5th versus 7th over there in Pakistan. Look, okay, secretly it's very exciting and I think it's fantastic. But it's 5th versus 7th, it's fucking threes, okay, over there. All the best of them. They're none of our business. It's none of our business. Australia's winning all day. Nothing's happened today except Test cricket is just fucking perfect for my life. Thoughts?
No, beautiful, brother. That's one of the best. Like Test cricket's so good. You can you don't have to keep your eyes on it all the time. You can bring up a bit of like taxidermy, you know, like just fucking what? And just have a look at it. You know, like you can talk to your son and go, dead or alive or gone, alive or gone, and you know the cricket's still in the background and you're not missing anything.
You haven't missed anything. You haven't missed anything. Oh, that's perfect.
It doesn't, it doesn't conform to modern day, consumption marketing principles, does it? Except the fact that it's on for ages, so you can pump heaps of ads through it. But
a couple of ads. Yeah.
But yeah, like all of the principles that like people need to be engaged. First fucking minute of your video has to be the best. Fuck that. If you want to go and do, if you want to start with a beautiful soliloquy, a lilting, soothing soliloquy, you can do that. You don't have to start by getting your fucking cock out, smashing it in someone's face, yelling, getting a fucking dead bird into the camera, and going like, "Stay with me, stay with me." That's modern society, isn't it? But Tess, you know, cooey, like cooey is literally a sound that you call in the bush of Australia when you're trying to find a friend because you're lost, which is how we all feel. So connected, yet so alone. It's the fucking siren call of the death of our society when you hear that at a fucking BBL game, which is looking good this year, the BBL, actually. Faf, etc.
Yeah. Well, there's about 9 blokes missing.
Much like a cooee, mate, I just echo your thoughts entirely. I just love the way the game can wash over you in particular conditions where I'm comfortable because my team's winning. And that was today.
Yeah.
You know, we not naturally attribute safety to our bats, you know, but start getting the ball singing that's just not, I just love to see it. I actually haven't seen him beam with a smile as much as when he knocked over Australia's own Joshua De Silva. which is a nice moment. But the quicks hit their lengths. You know, how often do you see Australia, like they take the 10 poles and everyone's got a couple, you know? It's threes and twos. They share it. God, they share it around. You know, this team is we don't appreciate them yet. Like these are the easiest days of Test cricket right now.
Yeah,
Western Indies are going to go jag a draw here, and there'll be a Royal Commission into it. Don't worry about that.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, there are a lot of names floating around that and there's a lot of stuff happening that in a year's time, when maybe 3 or 4 of them probably retire, you know, in this team, we'll be going, they were nice days when it was just like, someone will turn up here.
These are just the most halcyon days of any halcyon days. You know, one of the great things, like Kyle Mayers, right?
Whatever.
Easy for me to say. You know, like the bloke's literally hit a double ton on debut to win a test match from nowhere for the West Indies. He's a fucking... If he was in your team, he's the best player you've ever seen. But, you know, he's just on up to it. He's on up to it against our boys, you know? And it's just, you know, it's too quick. You know, he's not running hard between the wickets. You know, he's bowling 115s. It's, you know, he's not up to it. He's not up to it, is he? You know, but, you know, I've seen him perform in like top 1% of like performances in the history of the game. I've seen him do that, but, you know, against our boys, no, he's not up to it. He's not up to it. Mate, on your point with Starc, this is actually my takeaway from the day's play.
Oh, you're
Starc's on 290.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I said I wouldn't, but, you know, I've only gone and done it. Starc's on 290 wickets now in tests. And I genuinely think that he will be the most underrated Australian bowler in modern history. You know, I wasn't kicking about in the 40s. You know, he's behind Warne, McGrath, Lilly, Lyon, Johnson, Lee, and McDermott's got 291 wickets. So he's in that echelon. But like, why is it in his entire career, he's been like the one who's like closest to be dropped his entire career? His average is 27. He's a strike bowler averaging 27. He is fucking so good. And he's going to finish on 3. You know, he's actually turned down the IPL for a number of years, which is a huge issue with a lot of Australian cricketing consumers. You know, like a lot of issues were like, oh, how come they don't play? Yeah, the customers. How come they don't play for us all the time? Well, he has, and he just wants to play red ball. I just feel like he is always just like, nah, we should drop him and get someone else in. And he just continues to take 3-fers and 2-fers and just cleans up the tail. He takes top order wickets. He's like, he's a fucking gun. And I feel like no one really rates him. And I think that's a shame.
We take him
because
for
I think
granted.
he's just a fucking take him for granted. Better way to say it. Yep.
I think he's better than Brett Lee across all
I agree with
formats
that
as well.
I agree with that. Which is a big shout because Brett Lee was a fucking jet. But I think John, Starc Kratz is better.
Kratzy.
IMO.
Yeah. Great shout for Starc. Nice to see him smiling. Nice to see him get the ball moving as well. Today was a day where the commentators got to do the cooing over the side that they were so desperate to do yesterday when we were meant to have the Windies 4 or 5 down per the script of a game in Perth, hue of the light, etc. But Australia went about its work today. The wickets were at the correct intervals. Do you know what I mean? There was a little bit of fight, a little bit of dirt stuff, and then there was a bit of post tee, new ball, or maybe before tee, new ball. Just got a bit of a run on there, everyone's having a bit of a laugh now and enjoying
Gaz
it.
anything around the wicket, got holder, nice catch from Warner, all that kind of stuff.
Guys will make, it was a couple of 20s, couple of 30s. They're stuck with the job, enjoying their cricket, relaxed. And so it was just a day of cooing, you know, over the quality of all of the bowlers. You know, and when you find a lull in play, you just put the camera on Marnus and someone talks about Marnus being, you know, cheeky and happy. That's pretty much the format. And like,
he's a bit unusual, isn't he? He's a little bit weird, a bit out there. He's got some theories. Yeah.
I tell you what, anyone who talks about that all the time is just revealing that they're weird. Like Marnus he's just an effervescent, enthusiastic person. He's very normal. He really is. You know, he's just got a childlike love for the game. that's great. He's just a guy who likes the game, and he's sharper. He's sharper than he comes across. But yeah, all these guys like, you know, not sure it would have fitted into my dressing room. You know what I mean? I think Dos had the camera on Smith and Marnus before they went into bat. I think before Kawaja got out, and Dos is going, oh, here they are, the run nuffies, run nuffy, like run nuffy now. It's like you're so prolific, but it's still not good enough because the way you're going about your runs just turns you into a nuffy, and you know, like, you kind of have to be a bit of an alpha. Like, I don't know, people call Dos an alpha, but you have to be kind of cool, don't you, to like effectively call someone a nuffy. And I'm like, for me, I got Dos playing True Blue on his acoustic guitar. I'm not sure that's working for me, but these are the things that we're able to talk about. He goes like that's actually part of the sensory experience of just a clinical day's play for Australia.
Oh yeah, I mean, also unless you're benching 225, you know, be good or fuck off. I mean, turns out they actually are quite good, so they don't have to fuck off, mate. Can I offset the story in world cricket, which is England scoring 500 in a day, all these records, runs and over, whatever? Can I offset? You want to say something?
Oh no, are you going into England, Pakistan?
No, okay. I'm not. I know. I just want to offset that with Cummins 3 for 34 off 20.
Exactly.
Can I just offset that? Yeah. Can I just offset it? You know, has there ever been a better shout for? Well, I like to see them do it against us. You know, against our boys. You know, and look, they might in 6 months' time. That's going to be that's going to be a really fun series. I don't think I could imagine a better time for an England cricket fan than right now. I've been saying this for about 6 months. All of it's great, but I'd like to see them doing it against our boys. You know. 3 for 34 off 20. And it's just eyes, and it's a flick of the hair. It's a nod and a wink. It's dad dick. It's dad. It's captaincy. It's bowler captain. It's new. It's fresh. It's exciting. It's woke. I am here for it. It's lengths. It's just continually beating the bat. I'm walking in and out of rooms. I live in a studio apartment, so that's actually quite hard to go in and out of the house all the time. But I'm in and out of rooms just between balls. That's also an OCD thing. And Cummins just beating the bat. I'm happy. You know, got a few issues in my head there, but that's see you later,
mate. It's so true. Once again, couldn't have put it better. It's past the perpendicular. It's angles. It's a bit in. It's a bit away. It's statistics. It's lines on the screen. And
statistics. It's a hanky. Is it a hanky?
It's
landed on the hanky, mate.
It's cooing. It's a
snot rag.
It's a snot rag. It's a violent pace with a medium pace as accuracy. Said Flam. A violent action. It's 3 for 34 off 20. Thought he brought himself back to burglar a couple at the end, FYI. But all good.
If I'm honest, if I had to call a spade a spade.
But if you're captain, then that's what you get.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Mate, tell me about England, Pakistan.
Well, I thought that's the ASKTGC, really. So, I mean...
Okay. Here we go.
I don't know if we even quoted what happened in the day, but Australia made 500 and fuck knows what yesterday, and West Indies are out for, you know, in the 200s or something, and now we're just...
Australia's leading by 344.
Yeah. One down, and there was some nonce, follow-on chat, and JL actually commentated it really well. It was just like... I used to think that as well, but then I read all the research, and bowlers need to rest their bodies. It's a real thing. Anyway, one thing on the nonce stuff. Just with the follow-on stuff.
Just one thing on the nonce stuff this week.
Just to annoy people. Just to annoy the nonces. Oh, look, they don't follow on since Eden Gardens back in 2001. Just want to annoy the stats guys there. You know, I just saw what happened there with Laxman and Dravid and stuff, and Eden Gardens with Steve Waugh. And once he did that, he really didn't do that ever again. And Australia's never done that ever since. So let's get a couple of comments going there. I think he did it 7 times after that and won.
And won easily as well. Pakistan, England, talking about it.
RCGC. This is from First Pack 8902. What the fuck have I just witnessed in the England versus Pakistan test? I'm genuinely speechless as to what I've just seen. It just doesn't make any sense in any sphere of cricketing traditionalism. I was all for this Bazball bullshit when it started, but this is getting fucking ridiculous, and I loved every minute. I feel a need to hate it because test cricket is the purest form of the game, and it's being spoiled by this T20 takeover nonsense, with England scoring 575 overs. So my question is, I'm currently 18. How old do you think I'll be by the time I finally feel the touch of a human female?
Okay, first and foremost, the word nonsense, that's ruined, obviously.
That's right.
Okay, as we go to air, Pakistan are none for 108. There's been a bit of chat online, especially from Pakistan Twitter, about the attack they picked. I don't know. Looks okay, I suppose, but you know, am I gonna take England's like 4 amazing Centurions, including Stokes almost hitting a record Test 50? Am I gonna take that away from them? Yeah, I'll give it a go. But yeah, look, I thought my main takeaway is Ollie Robinson's 37 or 51, a little bit slow in the end, despite them getting 657. So look, I think that's headed towards a draw. But you know, it's 5th versus 7th World Test Championship, mate. It's none of our business. It's none of our business.
It's 5v7. They're experimenting, and and if I've never seen a bigger example of, you know, wait till both teams bat on it. Really, you know, the like astounding jaw-dropping scorecard, the likes of which I have never seen. And you can actually include the entirety of cricket history in that, because you can see scorecards from when before you were born, despite that not actually existing in your consciousness or being real Truman Show stuff. But yeah, like it's unbelievable to do that. But as you know, someone on Twitter you know, clipped up Ricky Ponting saying, "I get it for you today, did you? Way to do it against us. Wait till both teams bat on it. It's 2s, 5v7. That's the official response." Yeah. As for the woman, first pack at 902. Oh no, can't say that. Yeah, you've got a bit to work through before a woman touches you. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Well, Test cricket, it's here to stay for the next 6 months before it's just the IPL and those meaningless ODIs for some reason. But, you know, these are great days. Just enjoy them. See you guys tomorrow.